We're going to get to some ultimate burning questions, but first we got to call out something that our friend Smoke was a part of. You were asked a question. I don't know if it was burning, but a question on HQ on Monday. Essentially, just what is Tennessee's ceiling now with a new quarterback coming in? And your answer, it apparently upset some Vols fans. So let's listen to your answer.
Oh, man, you're running right back into the where Jeremy Pruitt left. In my opinion, when you don't have a quarterback that can get you to 10 wins, we're talking about the team that just lost to the national champions in the playoffs. So you're going down a level and down a step in terms of quarterback play. Irregardless of what everyone thinks about Nico's ability or how he played or how Tennessee's offense was last year in terms of heavy run, 75th in pass or 76th in passing offense, he still was a player that defensive coordinator had to stay up late at night just because if he was on, Tennessee was almost unbeatable because they played great defense as well.
You knew what you were doing, bringing up Jeremy Pruitt. So among the many kind responses, at Volmoose2 asked, I'm sorry, but who are you again? And man, did we get a fantastic clap back from Smoke. Let's roll the tape here. This was the quote tweet that we got. So he asked, who are you? And you responded with, I'm the guy in the end zone. We had to pop you up on cam because I just needed to see that smug look on your face.
Smokey.
This tweet got 1 million views. So how are we feeling about it now, a day out? Feeling pretty good?
Listen, back then I could run a little bit.
You had to remind him.
Man, just had to remind him. Just the guy in the end zone. It's real simple. Emily, I usually don't get at people. But sometimes when you bark up that tree coop, I just come on down.
Gotta be
and
ready.
let them know the real Smokey, Smoke Dog, was in the building that night. It kind of kept them quiet.
The real
Cigars,
Smokey.
and we planted a flag that night. So they'll be all right. But just getting back to what I was saying,
Yes.
I apologize that my man, Jeremy Pruitt, had to take a straight last.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah, that's my guy, too. So I apologize.
You knew what you were doing.
Text and apologize. But, Coop, when you look at Tennessee, even with Nico playing at his best, I thought it would be an 8 to 9 win season. If he played really good, maybe 10. But now you're coming back with Jake Merklinger, and you got George McIntyre, turnover Joey. Joey threw the ball to the other team 14 times last year. And a 56% completion rate. We know in Heupel's offense, get the ball to the right players with accuracy and don't turn the ball over. As much as we can say about Nico, Nico didn't turn the ball over. So me saying back to the Jeremy Pruitt era, yeah, if you don't win 10 games and you win 5, 6, what's the difference? You'll be playing the Papa John's Bowl, Turn-Up Bowl, some type of bowl, but you're not playing the CFB playoff.
Right. But and what's important, I think, what you're saying is the context is in the vacuum of the 2025 season.
Right. Help's coming.
If I had to guess, I think there are probably a lot of Tennessee fans out there, Emily, you're one of them, that were probably saying, hold on, we got a pretty good foundation. We just went to the college football playoffs. We're not going back to the Jeremy Pruitt days for the next 2 to 3 years, the dark ages, right? We're in a good spot. But you were talking 2025, and a lot of that had to do with the lack of conviction in the quarterback play.
A lack of pissing me off, for one, Coop. But no, honestly, Coop, the quarterback position is the most important position in college football. And even if you have a good foundation, we're saying that Brandon Faison coming at some point. He's going to still have to sit down for a year or two, maybe. Yeah, that's still 2 to 3 years that you have to sit there and get your head busted in. Not in the Sun Belt, Conference USA. Yeah, them guys in the SEC are pissed off that you've been busting them up for the last couple of years too, Coop. They're going to get at you.
I will say, for Tennessee's sake, as somebody that studies the portal, I don't know where else they really could have gone outside of like Dylan Rizek, who was at UCF, who was up and down. That would have been a reach. Stephen Jelly, right, who's barely played, looked good in flashes. This was the one guy on the market that is truly battle-tested. Now, whether or not he is a caliber starter in the SEC, that's completely debatable. I understand that. I just think they were landlocked, and they went after a couple guys that are currently on rosters that they couldn't get out of there. And we talked about the why that was going to be a challenge for them a few shows ago, and I think this is really the best situation of what they could do. And I'm with you. I think it's going to be a tough year, and this is going to be Josh Heupel's toughest coaching job of his career, because if it gets off the tracks early, he's going to have to keep these guys in lockstep, and it's going to be really important. Tennessee's culture is going to be tested this year in a big, big way. And I'm not saying it's all going to fall down, but the expectations from going from a playoff level team to potentially 6, 7, hopefully 8 wins, that's a lot different, right? That's a far cry from where they were last year.
Yeah, the same way that you build up your foundation, they can come down crumbling real quickly, especially with NIL and guys being able to poach your daggone roster.
Very interesting conversation, and we appreciate everybody for playing along. And Smoke, that was some fantastic, I don't want to say twittering, but posting on X last night. That
You're a
was
natural.
Nah, man.
well done.